Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we are going to build a new PC for my dad. His current PC is some old shitbox, Intel Celeron dual core with 2 gigs of RAM. It's quite the opposite of fast at the moment. It has an SSD, but I guess that can't help if you only have 2 gigs of RAM. Most modern websites are lagging and you can't browse the web normally, and I think that's not acceptable in 2020. So I'm going to build him a new one. I'm going to build it as cheap as possible because it's only an office PC. It's only got used for Excel and web browsing, so it doesn't need to be that fast. And also I got some sweet deal of eBay Kleinanzeigen. Let me actually show you. This is the mainboard we're going to use. It also has the CPU installed and a really nice beefy cooler. It's a 5th gen or 4th gen Intel i5 quad-core, I guess. You will see when it's booting up if it's really what I think it is. Also you see RAM is missing, but I have some also from the dude that sold me this mainboard. It's in here, and actually an old graphics card of the same dude, but it's not the 580. It will be a very bad graphics card, but let's see. Also for the case we're using this really bad old case. The reason we're using it is because the mainboard is ATX and the old PC of my dad is micro ATX, so it won't fit. It's too large, but it was cheap, so I won't complain. And I found this in the basement. Why not use it? It's free. And also it will be a really nice sleeper PC. And it's just standing below the desk and nobody is going to look at it. Okay, first let's see what's actually inside here. And also I hope to find the RAM in here. Hope that's not too loud on camera. Oh, nice. This is 8 gigs of DDR3, I guess. Perfect for the old board. And this is a R9 270X, not too shabby. And also really dusty. But it was included in the price with the board and the i5 and 8 gigs of RAM. So for 180 euros, I won't complain for a free graphics card. Yeah, next we are going to install the memory. That's pretty straightforward. It's usually the second DIMM. The indication on the mainboard also says, yeah, the black one's first, and usually it's this one. And then we are going to power it on. I have an old power supply lying around, and then we will see if it's actually working before we put it in the PC, so we don't do the work twice if it's not working. Okay, first things first, we are going to see if it's actually working. We just need to plug in the big power connector and also the small CPU power connector that's up here. One small problem already, it has a 8-pin power adapter, but the old power supply only has one 4-pin, but that's not completely fatal because most CPUs will turn on with only the small power adapter. Just need to plug it in correctly here, like this. And then all we're going to do is switch on power, and then we need something to short this pin. Actually, you can use the I/O shield, and we're going to read. It says power switch, these 2 pins, and it's turning on. Let's see if it will actually post. I have an old PC screen on the right, and it's booting. CPU and memory change. Please enter setup. I don't care. It's working. That's all we want to see. So we can shut down it again just by shorting 2 pins again, like this, and switch off the power. Always switch off the power on the power supply. Let's see what's actually inside this old nasty case. Oh boy. Oh damn. We're going to start dismantling this bad boy and also cleaning it. It's really nasty. There's a lot of dust in here. Let's rip this apart. I'm just trying to rip things out until we see the mainboard. What GPU is this actually? Nice. Let's see, this is... Actually it has no label. And from the front, well, I can't quite figure out what it is. Maybe it isn't even a GPU, but just an add-in card for video output. I can't tell at this point, because I'm not old enough for this hardware. Let's put it aside. I think next to undo are all the cables. Main power connector in the middle of the mainboard. I haven't seen that in a while. Okay, now with some light, so you actually can see what I'm doing. Ripping nasty, dusty cables out of an old computer. Yeah. Okay, nice. Old IO panel stuff. This down here is connected to nothing, I guess. These are all the power cables. This is power for CPU. For CPU fan. Okay. Also some fan connectors. Maybe I will salvage a few of them because you can't have enough of those. Also, that's pretty interesting. Look here. This cable that was attached to the fan and to the mainboard also is attached to this secret device here at the bottom. If we look closer from the side, it's actually a knob you can turn, and I guess it regulates how fast the fans are spinning in the computer. Pretty advanced stuff. And also, I guess we will reuse the old fans, so this will be still intact. Nice. Okay, I'm going to undo some screws. But also, I don't know what the add-in cards are all good for. This looks like an old audio card. Looks nice, looks pretty clean from this side. Nobody's going to use it anymore. And then we're going to rip out the CPU. Yeah, we have to unscrew it first. Can't see the mounting mechanism. So. Also in a few seconds we will see the most disgusting view of the whole computer. The aluminium of the CPU heatsink with all the dust in all its glory. Are you ready for it? That's the question. Oh boy. It's pretty thick. But it comes off together, that's nice. It's so disgusting. Look at this, I don't even want to touch it. It's so bad. Glad we have a new cooler and don't need to use the old one. I'm just undoing this so it's not flying all over my room when I try to unmount it. Actually, I'm not unmounting the CPU, I'm just unscrewing the mainboard because, well, we don't need it. And also I'm doing the power supply first because the cables are really in my way. You can't see what I'm doing right now. But in a few seconds the power supply will fall down. It's squeezing. It's begging for its life. Oh, come out! Something is holding us back. Is it screwed from behind? That's a question. We may have to take off the back panel too. Okay, what's holding us back is this little indent. So if we just trying to push it, whoa, it's not moving. Who designs this? We can move up and above. There's clearly a lot of force required. Now we have it. Okay, nice. Let's turn it back around. That was way harder than it should be. Also, what is this? Some DK computer switching power supply for AMD and Intel. As if. Okay. That's technically this is junk now. And it's disgusting. and we're going to unscrew the motherboard. Okay, that should be it. Now let's see if it comes loose. Yes. Okay, this is actually a really nice purple mainboard. Never seen a purple one. Quite shiny. Sadly they don't do crazy colors like this anymore. But I really like it. Maybe I keep it and hang it somewhere. Maybe not. It has no name on it, but I guess I don't care. And also I found some Lego in there. Don't know. I'm going to clean this now and see you in a minute when it's clean. Okay, we are back. It's clean now, as you can see. It was really dusty. Also, I organized the input cables a little bit. If you go to the front, you can see the power button is actually, it's this little thingy. And well, I just clipped it here. It has many possible mounting points. Nice feature, I guess. We don't have the front panel for this case anyway, so it's going to look like this, pretty rad. Well, next steps will be putting the new mainboard in, putting the SSD in, closing it up, booting it up, installing Windows, and then we are done, I guess. Here comes the new mainboard. Oh, I totally forgot. We also need a new I/O shield because, well, it changed from the old one a lot. And we just clip it in. Nice. And we are good to go. Actually, let's put in the new power supply first because there's not that much space in this case. And we will put it in like this, I guess. Is there a trick? Getting it behind this point. Okay. Now it's in place. Just going to screw it in and then we are doing the mainboard. Luckily the standard hasn't changed in years, it's still the same in 2020, so we just can mount a new power supply in a really old case, and that's nice. Don't have to buy a new one. Okay. Let's organize the cables a little bit before we go to installing the mainboard. This one is ported, this is for the CPU power, and it is going to go here. Also the thick one is going to the right side. And this one is for the drives, and this one is also for the drives, so just hang them off there, like this. Now we're good to go. Grabbing the new mainboard, sliding it in. And then putting it in place nicely. I hope the holes line up. So the old form factor still is compatible. It still is ATX, so we can just screw it back in place. As you might notice, the mounting holes are a little bit offset because the old mainboard actually was eATX, so extended ATX, and a little bit bigger and used all of the mounting holes. This one doesn't use it, but that's no problem. Okay, that's it. So we're going to plug it in now. I'm not cable managing this a lot, or at all, because there's no need in this old case. No, it has no glass window, nobody will see it. I'm just doing it a little bit so it's not too messy. Should have plugged it in before. Okay, now it's in. Now all we need is this fan. This weird fan controller. Guess this plugs into here. We have to search for fans, case fan, some 14 connectors. There's one, this fan 2. We're going to take this one. Also we have to plug in the I/O panel. That's kind of a mess. It has a speaker attached to it. Guess we're just not plugging it in. Okay, power switch and reset switch are right next to each other. Power switch and reset switch. And reset switch is at the bottom, and always plug that in like this, so the writing is on the outside. These really tiny connectors here, like this. Also double check, because if we mess this up, the computer will not turn on correctly because we don't have a connected power switch. It would be pretty bad. Okay, I ripped an old SATA cable out of another PC because I couldn't find the new one I bought. But here we are, 240 GB SSD. And well, I just connect it and throw it in there. Doesn't really matter. SATA port 1. And I guess jam it in there, and also we need power for it. This is this power cable here. It's not too long, not too short. Like this. So it's pretty funny, the long one is actually the power connector and the short one is the data connector, and don't know if there's a reason for it. But we just put it here in the secret SSD mount that was totally intended by the old case. And I'm not going to screw it in or anything because, well, it's an SSD, doesn't care if it's shaked or something. And also it won't fall out, it will just stand under the table for the next 5 years, I guess, at the office of my father, so no need to screw it in. And at this point we are ready. This is a fully functional PC now, with 8 gigs of RAM, quad-core CPU, and 250 gigs of storage. So I'm closing it up, and then we will boot it, and we will install Windows and all the good stuff. Okay, moment of truth. I'm going to turn it on. It has power, and nothing is happening. I probably didn't plug in the I/O correctly. Ah, okay, nice. The reset switch is the power switch and vice versa. The more you know. Actually, this was then the reset switch, I guess. I might have to switch that up because, well, it's really easy to tap this one, but not so easy to start actually the computer. But let's see if we can boot into Windows and if we can install our operating system. Then I'm quite happy. I didn't plug in the video. And we have video now. And it's already booting, loading the Windows 10 boot drive. It actually has USB 3.0, so it should be a breeze installed to the SSD. Also, it sounds like a rocket and it blows directly into the microphone. I'm so sorry. Okay, there we are. So it's going to be German because this is the only language my father is speaking. Also, a pro tip, if you don't want a Microsoft account, just install the operating system without connection to the internet, and only then you will have the choice to not create a Microsoft account. And here's our drive. I'm just creating a new drive, and Windows will do the rest for us. As easy as it is. So, as you can see, the PC is now running. I've installed a new version of Windows 10. Also installed the necessary things, Google Chrome and LibreOffice, and more we won't need. It is actually a 4th gen. It's on Core i5-4590 with 3.3 GHz, but it's constantly boosting to 3.6 GHz because it has a really beefy cooler it doesn't really need. Also, the fan control I was wondering about is working, so just take the camera. This nice knob here, I hope you can hear it in the recording, but if I turn it, the turbine is ramping up really fast. Also I can make it pretty quiet. That's a nice touch. I'm just going to film Task Manager so you can see this is actually a pretty nice PC. Quad-core i5 4th gen, not the fastest, but for office work it's perfectly fine. 8 gigs of RAM and a nice SSD. That's pretty much doing nothing, and I stuck with the integrated graphics because on the one hand we have no power cables of the power supply, on the second we don't need it. The integrated graphics is more than enough for this PC. So that's it for today, thanks for watching, I hope it was kind of interesting, and see you next time.